Oh, my fault. I was spitting. I thought I was.
Say you
What up?
spitting something. What's goody, bro? What's goody? What's goody? What's goody?
Oh my God.
Uh,
We back.
we back. Did a
It
little
was
slight
so
wardrobe
crazy.
change.
Yeah, bro. I had to keep it a bill because I got a story to tell y'all.
Yeah, buddy.
Man, um, for those of you who check back in, man, for the cliffhanger, I think I got the answer to what changed hip hop.
Mm.
Um, whoo.
Gotta do some house cleaning before we jump right into it, though. Just saying, just saying.
Yeah, let's clean the house. Let's clean the house. Before we get into that, this is Agree to Disagree
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
I am one half, the better half of your host. Pause. Wait. Pause. Pause.
Oh,
Pause. Edit that. Edit that. Edit that.
Okay.
I-
That was one time.
that
That's a 3 second pause.
was a
Three
horrible
second.
pause. Pause.
Uh, I'm what
Boy
half of
said the
your
better
host?
half. I'm done.
Pause. Look, that's it. The better half of your
He said the
co-host. Like,
better
wait.
half. Whoa.
Look, we
Hold
gonna
on,
get
hold
some
on.
new subscribers for real.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa. You gotta, okay,
Right. You
okay.
got it, brother. Hey, hold on. You got
You got it. You got it. Um,
it.
we let's see. I
Hey, it's your
apologize,
world.
y'all. Hold on. Let me go completely PC. So I just want to say welcome to the Agree to Disagree podcast.
For sure,
I
for
am one
sure.
of your hosts. My name is Simply Ken. That's capital SIMPLYKN. And we are with
If he did it once, he'll do it again. And I
no, there's no
am.
monikers. That's
Oh,
for
no
the
monikers.
blacks.
All right. Strike that.
Strike that.
I,
Man, this is
I
Agree to Disagree, y'all. We
yeah.
appreciate y'all, man. I am Simply Ken. You know the moniker, if I did it once, I will and shall do it again.
And I am Mike
Um,
Check of Mike Check Productions, your favorite bald
yes, he
head beat
is.
maker. And we just gonna keep it at that. We finna keep it a buck, keep it a bean, and keep it all the way real. Let's go.
Get your intros. He can do them long. Oh, show.
Pause.
The
Okay, yeah.
pause. Hey, the
Hold
intros
on.
be fire.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man.
So if you tuning in right now, man, y'all been watching the shows in succession. I think we drop them like that. We kind of ended the show with the
Yes, we dropped
discussion.
them in succession. Yes, sir.
We do drop them in succession.
Yes, sir. I
We
wouldn't
ended
do
the
us like
show
that.
with a what'd you say?
I said I wouldn't do us like that.
Okay, he wouldn't do us like that.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, we ended the show with a pretty good discussion, and almost got into story time, man.
Almost.
Um, we were talking a little bit about J. Cole. He just dropped. Shout out to J. Cole.
Tears from their shirts. The tears rise to the sides of their face and into their eyes is piercing with hurt. Fast forward 60 years, I got verse of the year. My purpose is clear as to murk.
Love the visuals, love the
Yeah,
artistry. I mean,
it's
he
crazy.
deliver every time. Pause. But he's doing crazy.
You
Um,
said it, I
but
didn't.
but yeah, we were trying to we were dissecting how he goes about his business, and we think that some of the things and some of the attention to detail that the artists that we have come to know and love and really enjoy listening to. We see the effort and the attention to
Hmm.
detail in their work, um, and we both don't want to seem like the old man on the porch. But you know what? One of us is comfortable being the old man on the porch. Um,
Hey.
I try not to. I try to hide behind the old man on the porch, but I'm yelling and screaming.
Right, right, right.
But yeah, bro, the new music, man. I think I'm just as analytical on that music as I am the music that I choose to listen to. I choose to rock to. And I just don't feel like the effort and the love has been put into it. I don't feel like it's true competition. I don't think the mechanics of the songs are put together the way that we know they have been put together in the past. And that kind of led us to the discussion of, why? Why is that? What happened? When did that change?
When? Yeah, when? When was the
Yeah,
shift, the pivot?
yeah. I'm a firm believer that for
Hold on, before you
oh
get into it, I just want to say my little piece on J. Cole.
oh go ahead.
Like you said, J. Cole reminds us of what was, and we tend to get nostalgic and we appreciate the effort that once was because that's the era in music that we grew up in. Like you had to get it on one take. It was none of this punching in and punching out. It was none of this standing in the booth with the paper in your hand. I mean, you literally had to rage, or you had to go off the top of the dome. Pause. Um, if you
Hmm.
could, if you were that good, you know. And so to see it and an artist like that in this generation of hip hop is quite refreshing. It really is. So this is why we appreciate J. Cole and other artists that are like him. Like what's the other cat? They did the Will Smith. Uh
Oh, your guy.
yeah.
Oh,
Why am I blanking on Buddy name? I'm so sorry. No
cause
disrespect.
oh my
It's on the tip.
goodness.
Yeah.
And he's talking about Will Smith as his idol.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, him. Artists like
Dang.
him. It's right there too. I can see it. I can't pull it. Pause. What? I'm just gonna look it up real quick because
Ah, I cannot.
we can't do that. We can't. Lucas Joyner. There it is. I didn't even have to type it.
Lucas.
Lucas
Thank you.
Joyner.
Thank you,
Yes.
Jesus.
Artists like that, man. They just remind us of back in the golden era of rap where you had to come with it. You had to be talking about something, and you had to have the mechanicals down. And what Ken is getting ready to get into now
Well, that
is a
changed.
shift or a pivot in hip hop to where it went from mechanics to, and I'll let him set that up. But
Yeah. So thank you for that clarity, man. Um, bro. So I think right now, like I said in the last video, I'm talking to a specific age group and demographic that can probably relate. So I'm probably gonna say anywhere from 35 to 45 and up, right? Um, maybe as young as 30 can understand what I'm
yeah,
talking about.
yep, yep.
So if you paid attention to hip hop, you were immersed in hip hop. You remember, I think it was the early 2000s.
Ugh,
Um,
the dark
the
days. No,
ear-
I'm just kidding.
the early 2000s, the man that was on fire was Lil Weezy,
Yeah.
aka Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you he was the mixtape
King.
god,
God. Right, 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 right. Yeah.
he was the Carter 2, the Carter 3, like everything that he touched. There was a point of time that every song
Needed that
on the
feature.
urban top 10 in every major hip hop city had Lil Wayne. Either it was his track,
Mm-hmm.
he was on it with somebody else, or he was featured.
Mm-hmm.
That's how hot this dude was. And that run seemed like it was like for 3 or 4 years. So if you know what I'm talking about, man, whew,
Hmm.
you know that was the time. Um, so I say that to say this. Wayne was hot, super hot. Then he went and formed Young Money with Drake, Nicki, right? And the crew. And he was still hot. And they were a movement together. Then Wayne started coming back out. Wayne was still leading the charge. Now, for all us who know, obviously the CEO at that time was Baby Birdman Williams. So to summarize, and I'm gonna get back to it, Baby is what changed hip hop forever. Let me explain. Um, I don't know the year. Might could pull a year. There was an issue. There was a rift between Baby. and Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
There was a rift, and it was involving money. It came out that apparently Baby wasn't paying his artist, and he quote unquote ripped Wayne off, and stuff stopped. And what I mean is, I think Wayne was in some type of album deal, and his album kept getting pushed back, pushed back. We talking about years.
Years. Was it Carter? What? Which one was it?
I don't remember, bro. I don't want to
I
misquote
don't
anything.
remember which Carter it was, but it was definitely the Carter series.
So his album, he had an album that's supposed to been coming out, and because of that dispute, and he was trying to get out of the label deal, and he got arrested, and all this crazy stuff was going on, and the whole time he was in dispute with Baby.
Mm-hmm.
I remember they eventually released the album, and for all intents and purposes, it was a trash album, right? It was as if Wayne just released it to fulfill his obligation and try to
Right.
be done. So I want y'all to take y'all back. If y'all think about that time of hip hop, prior to that rift, every year Wayne was killing back to back to back to back. I mean, non-stop, bro. It was Young Money, it was Wheezy, it was features, it was he was with the hot girl, wait, the hot girls and everything, bro. He was fire, and he was delivering. When they had that riff, he stopped. So when I thought about it in my mind, at the time that he was hot, there was a younger generation, and we're gonna call these kids maybe anywhere from, I would say, from as young as 7 to 15, right? And what people don't understand about Wayne is that Wayne was a lyricist, but he was a lyricist in the sense that it was metaphors. His metaphors was crazy, and he kind of transitioned from just metaphors to this rock star image. So
Mm-hmm.
he would get up there and be saying it was like a rock star. So it was hard to sonically understand what he was saying. And if you didn't understand hip hop and the technicalities of what he was doing, you would just be vibing with it. Like I remember he had a song, I don't do nothing, I'm a fall.
I
My
was
girl
that
is
was
today,
that's
I
what was
could
in my head right now as you was talking.
right?
Yep.
Duffel bag, boy, you hit it, right? So what happened is at that time when he was going towards his apex, there was a generation of kids that was hearing his music sonically, but they
Yeah.
didn't have context to what he was saying and how he was going about it. And they saw the imagery. He was a rock star with dreads. He started wearing trunk fits and skateboard shoes and tight pants and stuff. He was this artist, skinny jeans and some Vans. Remember?
Yep.
That was his thing, right? So what happened is with that riff with Baby, he disappeared, right? He was off
Left
the
the door. He
scene.
left the door open. Yeah. He left the mark and
So
left the door open.
so from that birth, the generation of 7 to 15-year-olds that were kind of looking up to him, and that 4 or 5 year period that he was gone, they created a wave and an angle. And that is how mumble rap started. If you think about Migos, if you squint your eyes,
Hold on. You okay, go ahead.
I'm about to go there, and think about how they look, how they sound, it was a little bit, a lot of bit of Wayne,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you can think of somebody that doesn't understand the technicality of what Wayne was doing and was trying to emulate what they knew of it, that's what happened,
Or their version of it. Yeah.
or
Yeah.
their version of it. And it was, had a little Atlanta to it, right? So in that period, that's when the Migos started popping. That's when Future started popping. That's when that mumble rap became prevalent. Because to those who didn't understand Wayne, it was almost like he was mumbling. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think you're missing a
be,
few characters though, bro.
Well, some characters in there. You want to add some characters in that time frame?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not yeah. Like okay, you was talking about how um Wayne was in disputes with his with Baby. Remember, Young Thug, he signed with didn't he sign with was it Young Money
After
or
all that BS was going on, after Wayne was done with them, yeah.
yeah.
But the, but
So
but that's that. Thugger was supposed to
I'm
be the
saying
replacement to Wayne.
thank you. So I'm saying you went right
Sa- sa-
straight to the Migos. I'm
I
like,
was
hold
gonna get
on,
there.
Thug.
I was gonna get there. But Migos was there. Migos there was before Thugger. That's what I'm saying.
You think so?
Yeah. From when I knew about it, right? Like from I guess when Thugger got commercial. Migos. Well, it
Migos
depends
went
on when you're
commercial
talking about when
first?
they blew.
Yeah, I don't
It
yeah, I
depends.
just know he was signed. I just know Young Thug was intimately involved with Cash
Pause. He
Money.
was. He
Well, I
was
mean,
too.
see, intimately, see, now, come on, intimate don't mean,
Yeah,
why we
he
got to say
was on that
pause for that?
too. He was in that dress kissing them. You heard about that?
Well, see, I didn't want to go there, but yeah,
But keep going. I digress.
yeah,
Digression
so,
is it.
and, and we can't forget about the drill era. You skipped the drill era.
Well, so hold
The
on.
Migos was like 2013, 2014, right? The
I don't.
drill
I
era
don't
was
remember
like
the
the early
dates.
2010s with
I, I,
Sosa.
I, hold on. That was his own movement. So drill music is not mumble rap.
I'm just saying, no, I'm talking about the aesthetic, the look, the dreads, the
Well,
skateboard.
so that's what I was about to say. So my point of saying that is going back to the original point is the demand changed when the audience started to accept the aesthetics
The look. Yeah,
without
yeah, yeah.
the true talent.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Okay.
We think about us, our generation. Wayne, when he first came out, he was different, but
Yeah.
he was good at what he did. He was cold. He was the coldest one of the hot boys, and he was the baby of the hot boys,
Whoa.
right?
Whoa, 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 whoa. He was the
Wayne.
coldest of the hot boys. Turk wasn't the coldest?
Turk was the coldest initially, but Wayne was the bro. Come on,
No, I
bro.
mean, I ain't talking about public perception. I'm talking about just as a listener.
Yeah.
You thought he was the coldest?
Well, Wayne started to outshine him. We all know that, bro. Wayne became
Yeah.
because he was the
Commercial.
baby and he
Yeah.
was yeah. So not taking nothing away from Turk. Shout out to Turk. Turk, you did your thing. I ain't gonna knock that. But Turk is not Wayne at all.
But at all. Right, right, right. At all.
Yeah. So my point of saying that is that our generation loved Wayne for his talent because nobody was spitting like Wayne.
He
Nobody.
had
Think
talent
about
and cachet. He had talent and cachet. Because Turk was,
and,
come on, we just talking about, if we close our eyes and just go lyrically, Turk. But Wayne had it all. Wayne had
whoa.
that,
Turk
and
didn't
he
have
had
the
the look.
metaphors. Turk did not have the
Huh?
metaphors of Wayne. See, what you talking about is Wayne with Hot Boys was different than Wayne mixtape Wayne. That
I'm not
mixtape
right.
Wayne
I'm
is
not
what.
comparing them to. I'm not right,
Yeah, so
exactly. I'm
that's what I'm
not
about to
comparing
say.
mixtape Wayne. Yeah,
So are
mixtape
we
Wayne.
comparing?
Turk can't touch. I'm talking about Hot Boys. The same thing you talking about.
Okay, and so we talking about Hot Boys, yeah, but we're talking about at the end of Hot Boys, right? When mixtape Wayne became something
He took off. He elevated to a level Turk.
that,
That's why Turk on
it,
YouTube. And yeah,
yeah, it couldn't be Hot Boys no more. It had to be Wayne. It
hmm
had to be Weezy.
Wayne. Yeah, right, right, right.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
my point is that Wayne became who he was, not because of his look, but his look was a part of it, but it was his talent, bro.
it was
He
his
had
talent, but his
metaphors.
look helped it.
Well, it was different, just different, bro. He wasn't the
Right,
first rapper from New Orleans. Let's not go there, right? Because New Orleans had a
right,
whole move. But what I'm
right.
saying is his delivery and his metaphors was cold. And bro, when he stopped writing, everything changed. When everything was off the top of his head,
I didn't know he ever wrote.
yeah, used to
He-
write. He had,
Oh,
bro, he
okay.
had one song that he put everything that he wrote together on one song and got it all out, and he stopped writing from there.
Mm.
So, but my point is, right? We're talking about the details of what he did, and I'm saying that the age group at the time that he jumped off, they didn't understand the details. They just bobbing their head and seeing what they saw. Thus came the Thuggers. Thus came Migos. Thus came um, what's my man's name? I said it already from Atlanta.
Oh,
the super mumble rapper.
the guy dog it.
I
The
just said
one
his
everybody
name.
beat. Oh my goodness.
I can't even think of his name.
The
Even
one that
Fetty
Kendrick
Wap,
did.
bro.
Even the one Kendrick did.
Future,
Thank
Future.
you. I couldn't pull his name.
Yeah,
Jeez
yeah,
Louise. Sound
yeah.
familiar.
So um, that's when there was an emulation, and I'm not saying they copied his style, but there was an emulation of Wayne and what Wayne was, and even his style, they took it to the next level, and that nobody, and I'm not knocking any of these artists, but nobody lyrically can mess with Wayne. But what happened was the audience like us that carried Wayne and grew with Wayne and loved Wayne for his talent, we moved on and we kept growing with our artists. So that same genre that was trying to emulate it, they were just bigging up that new thing that was what they remember of Wayne while he was gone. And
Which was the imagery. It wasn't the lyricism, right?
and
Know
that's
what
when
you're
it
saying?
changed.
Hmm.
That's when it changed, bro. Let's think about it, bro. Do you think if Wayne would have stayed hot, do you think Thugger would have been Thugger? Nobody was messing with nobody in skirts and like the game wasn't like that, bro.
I can't
Future
call
wasn't.
that. I can't say. I can't say. I can't say. I don't know.
Well, we don't. Okay, so we don't know what the evolution is, but I'm trying to tell you at the time that what the trend was, it was talent, bro. It
So how
was
did Drake sneak in
talent.
there? How did Drake sneak in there? Because Drake been putting
Drake
on
snuck in
since
there
at
off
least
of.
2005.
So I'm gonna tell you, Drake snuck through the door off of Kanye's back. See what Kanye did was Kanye came into the game because he was a producer and because he could rap and he had talent, he was able to create a lane that the thuggish imagery could respect. The backpack rap was dying. He brought flair to it and style to it, right? And
Hmm.
he made it cool not to be talking about getting high, selling dope, you know, in the way that we known rap at that time, hood stuff, right? He brought it to an urban space, but he made his stories. He delivered his stories in a way that everybody can appreciate it. And Drake came in right off of that. You feel
So
what
you
I'm saying?
saying? So you saying? Lord have mercy. Who'd you just say helped him out?
Yay.
Kanye. You said Kanye helped Drake out.
Kanye opened the door for Drake, and everybody else liked that, bro. What's that?
I
What's
gotta,
that
I
white
gotta
rapper that
fact check
sound
because I
like?
hear you talking.
Yeah, what's that white rapper that sound like he black? And he cold.
White rapper that sound like he black.
Him and Drake had a song together too. I didn't even know he was white. Oh my goodness, I cannot think of his name. I'm thinking his song right now. Oh, I cannot think of it, bro. I hate that my brain goes fried when we be live.
I
But
tell you
my
what,
point.
I gotta legitimize what you just said.
Okay, let's talk
You
about it.
said Drake. Excuse me, Kanye was a
Gateway.
a huge yes, and I like to fact check as we speak, and you absolutely are correct in your assertion. It says, yes, Kanye West significantly influenced Drake, with Drake calling him his favorite artist and crediting Kanye with shaping his musical style, particularly the blend of rapping and singing. While
Yep.
Kanye has also acknowledged borrowing from Drake's sound, well, okay, Kanye also acknowledged borrowing from Drake's sound, showing them mutual, albeit complex, blah, 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 blah. So Drake tracks like Find Your Love help legitimize Drake and pave his way, even though
Yeah.
as their relationship later became competitive. Okay, so
And
I
and
hear you
not
though.
taking nothing away from Ye, because man, Ye is one of my favorite people and favorite artists. But he made it cool to be corny, bro. And Drake at the time where hip hop was, Drake wouldn't have been accepted if it wasn't for Kanye coming through there with the pink polos and the clean
Okay,
cut. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something that's crazy, bro. Have you ever seen Kanye with a hat on?
Yeah,
When
yeah. Oh my
Kanye
god.
intentionally wanted to separate himself from a thug mentality or that lane of hip hop. That's why everything was about the aesthetics and the clothes and the look and the clean cut. You see what I'm saying? That's what opened the door for somebody like Drake, bro.
And every
You
picture
fa-
I pull up now got that the MAGA hat on. You know, I've
yeah,
seen him
just
with a hat on before then.
n- n- n-
But you're right. No, to your point. No,
yeah,
yes, he don't wear
yeah,
hats like that. Yeah,
yeah. His whole style was being clean cut, fresh, and he made it cool to be that. He wasn't being a pimp or nothing like that. He was cool. He was his own lane, and
but Jay Z
people
was like
ex-
that too. Jay Z would wear a New York hat fitted every now
yeah,
and then, but he had the
Yeah,
same.
yeah. Jay Z represented hip hop in a different way, bro. He was a drug lord. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he ain't never did that.
Right.
If you wasn't selling dope or pimping or smoking dope or something, you know what I'm saying? You wasn't you wasn't hot back then. You didn't your content wasn't nothing. So Kanye was the person who opened the door. She's so
Right.
self conscious. She don't even know what she's doing in college. The major that she majored in don't make no money. Scared to drop out because her parents will look at her funny. Like when you think about that on the back of Top Authority and Psycho Drama and you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, the stuff that we
Yeah.
come on, even everything that was being pushed out through Rockefeller Records. You know what I'm saying?
Ye
BDC.
always knew how to market himself. Like he led with the tracks, which he was, but he secretly he wanted to be a rapper, even though he was cold with the tracks and the sampling. And that his legitimacy with the track making
Is
gave
what gave him an opportunity.
you're right, which made people accept, okay, yeah, he's a backpack rapper, blah 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 blah. And he was
Yeah.
such a genius that we just accepted whatever he brought forth. Just like the
But
guys in the guys in the Carolinas. What's
Carolinas.
yeah, the not Carolinas, Virginia. The Neptunes or
Some
whatever. What's
Eclipse
his
or
name?
Neptunes. For
Not
real?
Neptunes, but for real, there we go. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
so cold on the beats. It's like we accept the rest of for real, like, okay.
But if it wasn't for Ye, for real wouldn't been able to have that lane, bro. Ye
You don't
was
think so?
singing, rapping, poetry style, right? His delivery, like bro, he opened the door like it was, bro. Like let's keep it a buck, right? At the time that Rockefeller was hot. Let me stop saying, but was hot. Um, the gateway to entry, you had to be a thug of some sort, or a pimp of some sort, or a d boy of some sort, right? That was
Yeah,
the
the image
barrier of
was a
entry.
harder. It was a harder image. You had to be a.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
image was more
yeah.
stern. Yeah.
Stern. Or F the police, right? Like NWA, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Robbing and jacking, right? Well, what happened is you had a lot of regular people that was trying to adopt that imagery to be accepted. But what
Hold
he
on,
did was
hold on,
what
hold on,
Ye
hold on.
did.
Stop, 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 stop. Can we just don't lose your thought? Don't lose your thought. A thought just popped in my head. We're
Pause.
talking about how a thought, not a thought. We're talking about how this generation, everybody wants to sound the same. They just jacking whatever the swag is, or
The trend, the
whatever
wave.
the wave. You just said the same thing back in our day. They were jacking. We were jacking, like you say, that stern look. That what you call it? You
Uh,
threw a bunch
uh,
of
uh, uh,
adjectives on there. You
okay.
had to come in the game. You had to be a certain look, a drug dealer, a pusher, this or
Uh,
that or that.
wait.
Go ahead.
We weren't doing that globally. What I'm saying is the content was the barrier entry. The content was that, but how it was delivered, East Coast was different. The South was different.
Yeah, I'm not
The
arguing
West
that.
Coast was different.
I'm
The
just making a
Midwest was different.
I'm just making the connection that each generation is still following a template. Our template was what you spoke about, gangster, but it was still different from each coast. The template for
Yeah,
today is the vibe. Everybody just jump on the vibe train.
and we
So
don't even know what
each
that
each era
is.
is chasing a template. Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
Slow down the BPMs and I don't know, it's chanting. We're chanting. The music now is chanting. It's like,
yeah, bro. It's not music, but back to what we were talking about. Um, yeah. So my point is that Ye became the voice for the people who loved hip hop, but didn't like the light storytelling, and it represented them. The backpack, the college dropout, that was huge. Think about it, bro. That was the time we was supposed to be going to school. How many cats did we
That
know
was
went and
huge.
tried and
Yeah.
dropped out? And
That
college
was what,
graduate.
2003, 2002,
Yeah, bro.
2003. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is he opened the door, and that door opened up for Drake. Um, it 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 was kind of a lane that um your boy tried to go in because 50 came and killed everything, and then your boy Ja Rule tried to get into the singing lane a little bit with it and got
Hold
squashed
on.
out,
Hold on. Rue been in the singing lane. He started it. What you mean?
bro.
He
Did
got
you
shamed
don't?
for singing
Yeah, by 50, 50
and
squashed
turned
it,
around and took his business model. It was like, wow. Okay.
but Ye blew before 50 blew. That's
Yay,
my point.
blue. Before. No, he didn't. Oh, wait. No, yeah, no, he didn't.
No, yes he
2000.
did,
50 Blue in 2000,
bro.
right?
Get Rich or Die Trying came out after the graduation, and that was
Oh,
his
oh,
second album.
okay. All right.
Yeah, How to Rob was out. I remember How to Rob,
I ain't talking about
right?
how to rob. I'm talking about
The album.
that
His
didn't go platinum. How to rob didn't go platinum.
I don't know what that meant. What that means today. You talking about back then, but it's surely platinum now. But yeah, I feel you. But my point is saying that again is that Brian Baby Williams, the dispute with Wayne, is what changed hip hop, bro. Forever. We still stuck in it. And what I think is crazy is that in their own way, they don't even notice it. This generation has watered themselves down so much, it's opening the door for real rap again.
Yeah, it's all cyclical. Yeah. But how you gonna blame Wayne for
I blame Brian, baby,
but okay, whoever, why you gonna
because
blame
he
them
created
when
Wayne's
but
absence.
Kanye that didn't stop Kanye from being Kanye?
Bro, Kanye was out when Wayne was out.
So
Yeah,
when was
bro.
it okay, let me get my chronological order intact. When was the little baby? And oh yeah, you're right, because the little band that was 2014, 13, or whatever, 12. What year was the fallout between Baby and Wayne?
I don't remember the year, bro, but you're close
You're
around the
right. You're
time.
right. Yeah, you're right. I'm
Yeah,
off.
Ye was out for 10 years before that. I went to the Rock the Mic tour in 2003 when he got his Rockefeller chain.
Right. My bad. I digress.
2002, I
Fallout.
think. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, um, yeah, that really changed, bro. And if you think about again that time, it was like a 4 or 5 year period where it was all Wayne. It was Wayne. I'm talking about as far as his presence was everywhere, bro.
Okay, I think why I said that was because you said Wayne's heyday or his streak was the early 2000s. That's why I said what I said about Kanye.
No, I didn't say the early 2000s. That's when the Hot Boys was out. And then Wayne didn't go hard until like '05 with the Carters, with
That's
the
early
second
2000s,
mixtape.
ain't it?
2005, 2006.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Drake still was doing his thing. I'm not Drake, excuse me.
No.
Kanye was doing his thing after that. That's what I'm saying.
Kanye has never stopped doing his thing, bro. So I know what you're
Right.
saying.
So why are we
But
crediting Wayne for a fall off when you had people that kept the train going?
because even when Wayne was hot, right? Ye was something else. The people that were looking at Kanye weren't looking. The young kids that were looking at Wayne wasn't thinking nothing about Kanye. They was trying to emulate that. Kanye didn't represent the hood like that. The hood as commercial as it's been
Hmm.
commercialized. Right? He did represent the hood because there are people that relate that wasn't on some of the stuff
I was
that
going to
was
say I know tons of
publicized.
people that related with Ye,
Yeah, yeah.
especially the
But
backpack.
what I'm trying to say is the person that related to Wayne, the youth that saw Wayne, the aesthetics of Wayne, they
Had
weren't
the bigger
connecting
impact.
to Kanye.
Yeah, they had the bigger impact. You could see the effects of
Yeah.
Wayne. I can't see as much effect. I'm not saying I can't see no effect, but I can clearly see Wayne's effect.
So
from the
I'm not
dreads.
arguing the effect. I'm talking about the people, the audience, the young audience that was drawn to Wayne's imagery. They were two different audiences.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is Wayne at the time, because Kanye was out and he had done stuff, and Kanye kind of moved on to other stuff. He was doing stuff with Jamie Foxx and Oscar, and he was on something else
Twister.
when Wayne was really blowing, right? Kanye was on a completely different movement. So my point of saying that was is that Wayne was so hot and so commercially hot, and all those little kids that were looking up to him were trying to emulate that. Because you try to be forming your little rapping group and your little, your little school performances, and you try to be the next Lil Wayne, or you know what I'm saying. And what happened was that birth the Futures, that birth the Migos, that birth even Ace Hood. Ace Hood was trying to be like Wayne. You know what I'm saying, a little bit, just the aesthetics, right? But that's what changed because the audience that kept Migos alive and kept Future alive and kept Thugger alive, they didn't require the same level of artistry that we did with Wayne. And it's Brian Baby Williams' fault that the game has changed and that mumble rap became prevalent. Those artists thought that Wayne was mumbling.
What do you think killed mumble rap? Because they ain't mumbling now. Mumble rap had its period. Excuse me.
Drill.
It
I
was a
think drill
short
can.
run.
Yeah, I think. Well, and so all the runs are going to be short now because instead of talent, right, right now it's trend. And as you know, these kids
That's a
trends
fact.
change
That's a fact.
quickly, quickly. It's the game is not based on talent. It's based on trend, bro. You can make somebody hot that got followers. Like if Kai not start rapping, he gonna be the hottest thing in the world.
I would like to argue that talent is a trend.
Yeah.
So why are we
W-
separating it or putting it on a high pedestal as if talent is up here and everything else is down here? No, talent is
Well,
a trend
because
also.
okay, so let's back it up. I'm glad you said that. So let's go back to when we were coming up. How do we define making it? Making it was success, being visualized, people seeing you, people knowing you. That was making it, right? That was TV, radio. You wanted your stuff on the radio. Radio are views, hears, likes, clicks, right?
Right.
Getting a form, on a medium, right? That was making it. Now you can make it without the effort. Anybody can make it.
Right. But my point is, like you said, it's trendy. Hip hop started off spray painting and breakdancing on a piece of cardboard. That was that was the bar, the standard. So now when it switched to lyricism, are we supposed to turn around and say uh beatboxing and dancing, radio on the shoulder, breakdancing on the cardboard, that's stupid, and this is lyricism is the true talent, or is this the trend? Is this the evolution of rap and hip hop?
No, bro. Okay. So the reason why breakdancing was popular, right, is not because it was a trend. It's because it was a talent. Everybody couldn't do it.
Come on, Ken.
No,
It's
bro, you're
okay.
talking.
Even if it
So
was
and
a
that
talent, even if it was a talent, it's still a trend.
you're missing what I'm saying.
Go ahead, go ahead.
The reason why breakdancing was a trend is because the effort that was necessary in order to be good at it. It wasn't a common thing. It wasn't seen common. And there was a talent behind there because the time, effort, and energy. That's what made the best people the best people. Well, what's making the best people the perceived best people now is just views, clicks, and followers. it doesn't necessarily, you don't necessarily have to have this talent anymore.
It takes
We're
talent to
not the
get views,
we're
clicks.
not.
Bro, we're
No, it
trying to get
doesn't.
views and clicks
No, it
right now.
doesn't.
Come
No,
on.
bro, it does not take talent to get views and clicks, bro.
It
It
does.
doesn't. You
It
just,
does.
okay, I'm talking, okay. So if you're calling the talent of understanding how to play
Yes.
on
Yes.
on an
Yes.
audience of talent, yeah,
That's
but what are you
capitalism.
doing?
Yes.
What are you doing?
I'm not
We're
talking
talking
about
about
some
the action.
physical talent. We're not talking
We're
about a
talking about the
physical
action.
talent. Yeah.
We're talking about the action. So the process is always going to be a process. But we're talking about what talent is driving that process. Back in the day, if you was a person who was trying to break dance and you weren't good at it, even if there was the internet, you
That
wouldn't
was
blow up.
that's because that's the standard. Right.
But my
Now
point
clout
is,
chasing is the standard. So now
so
you got to be
that's
talented enough to clout chase,
I
right?
don't call it. So I'm talking about talented at the thing. We're talking about the action. What are you doing? Are you able,
Public speaking, keeping just like you laugh
bro?
and crack joke. Hold
No,
on, just like hold on, listen, hear me out. I know you want to disagree. Just like you poke fun at me that every time I do solo content, I'm sitting here like, woe is me, it's Mike check, right? It's a skill to get up here and keep the attention and be charismatic and be talking with conviction to hold attention. That's talent. A good speaker is talent. Go
good as
ahead.
perceptive.
Okay. You just like to agree to disagree. It's all good. That's why
That's
we
why the
partners
name
in
of the show
crime.
is. That's what the name of the show is. My point is again, the audience doesn't demand talent in the same way.
I agree.
Right
That's
now,
facts. Facts.
there was no bandwagoning. If you could sing back in the day, everybody appreciated that talent. If you couldn't sing, you were told you couldn't sing. But now people will see something has followers, likes, and they can assume that that's the thing because it's called FOMO, fear of missing out. People want to be on a bandwagon. So they contribute to it because they don't want to be left off. So right now, if this is crazy, and this is going to get into a whole nother conversation. If I could get on here and I could wave this spoon, right? And I do like this and I laugh, right? I put the spoon up, do like this, and I laugh, right? There's absolutely no talent in that, right? But if I do it and lo and behold, I put 1 million followers and 1 million views on it, and I just put it in the algorithm, right? Everybody's gonna feel like that was talent.
It's not about talent now.
M-
It's about like
Isn't that what I just
mindedness.
said?
It's about
God
like
damn it!
mindedness.
Is
It's
that no,
about like mindedness.
no, bro? I don't believe that. I don't agree with
You
that. Like
just said if I
mindedness.
put a spoon and then wave it, there's another 100,000 people that probably did that and was like, "Oh wow, he did what I did," and
But I got a
that's the
million
draw.
views and
That's
I
the
got a
draw.
million followers.
That's the draw. In that
Yeah, bro.
specific example, that's the draw. My
Yeah,
specific example was speaking, holding a crowd. You trying to talk about me that I'm just so monotone and
but
boring.
so hold on.
Those are two
What?
specific examples. I'm
But
not
what?
throwing a
So
blanket over it. Go ahead.
so I'm going back to the audience. What I'm saying is, if you were boring and you weren't a speaker, the audience wasn't giving you reception, so you wouldn't blow. Right now,
Pause. You right, I
pause.
wouldn't. Pause.
Right, and the fact that, okay, and this is another thing too. Um, so I'm gonna defer. I'm gonna actually backtrack on my statement. You are right. I just thought about it. The internet effed it up because what happened is, in order to be good before the internet and social media, right? You had to appeal to something local. And whatever that was local is what opened you up to bigger markets, right? And if locally you weren't appreciated or accepted,
You cooked.
that
You're done.
buzz would be crazy. So you know how they say you can find your tribe? Like when oh, shout out to Rich Paul for the advice you gave me when I seen you at the Lakers game this past week. Um,
Okay, now you shamelessly name drop. You could have just left it at Rich Paul, but no, he had to
no,
tell
bro,
you
I
when you
no no
seen him.
no. If he watches this thing, I want him to know I appreciate it because bro, I it was some
I'm messing
great
with you, brother. Go
advice.
ahead. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, but yeah, bro, you are right because if you were doing something and you weren't good locally and you got shut down enough locally, meaning that the culture around you didn't have an appreciation, it didn't see that value, right? It got shut down. Well, what the internet did was everybody liked something. So you can put some BS out there
Is it
and you're going
BS?
to be able to have an audience to find
Yep.
somebody likes that BS.
Yep.
That don't mean it's talent though, bro.
I agree. I agree. I
Mm.
agree that talent is
That
being
don't mean it's even talent
misused.
that you found them.
That's true, because the internet is the internet. So yeah. I mean.
You feel me? So now I feel like skill set, the skill set is the manipulation.
Yeah,
It's not
skill is not the
necessarily talent.
cake. Skill is not the cake. It's the icing. The cake now is just accessibility and
To many places.
controversy and it just it's everything
Is
but
throw
the
throw as much stuff as you can against the wall
let's see what
and
stick.
hope as much of it stick. Wherever it sticks, keep throwing it in that space.
Right, that's your niche. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that goes back to the audience, bro. Dang, what was this topic supposed to be
So
about?
so the rap. So okay, let's bring it to music. So are you saying that that's what today's artists are doing? Are they just focusing in on when I say rap, are they focusing in on what's because I think drill was the biggest example of being explicit, being shock value. I think drill rap followed the internet model to a T, but it got too hot and people was actually dying over it. You know what I'm saying? Pride got in the way, and
We got to change the name of that, bro. That's not drill rap. That's snitch rap.
yeah, it is facts.
Snitch rap, bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
snitch rap. I'm sorry. Telling yourself that's snitch rap.
I,
But
yeah. I think the internet model of crazy sales, exciting sales, debauchery sales. And so I think
mhm.
rap just took that model and was like, oh, let's put it on wax. Let's say the craziest thing on wax.
Yeah,
Cause
because
it's
it's
gonna
bro. That's like this. And hey, shout out to y'all who's doing it. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's like the dude that goes in a grocery store where everybody's in there just trying to shop and do their thing. He opens up the Crisco oil, pours on the ground, and runs and slides on the oil on videotape.
crazy. Crazy work. Yeah. That's drill rap
That's
in a nutshell.
that that
That's drill
hold
rap.
on, bro. That's how funny Marco got out there doing stupid stuff on camera.
Hmm.
I don't know, like, and I think the talent the reason why it's considered talent is because the barrier entry is so low. The audience doesn't require much. And I don't know if that's a talent to find the audience that doesn't require much or if it's a shame that the audience doesn't that people laugh at somebody going and disrupting a basic grocery store run.
Yeah.
That's my point, bro. Not hating. I just don't understand it, bro. It's some debauchery.
Like you said, the internet killed it because every example that you can give about a content creator that does something wild and crazy, you can parallel that to the music. The lyrics are getting
Yeah,
crazier and crazier and
bro.
wilder and wilder.
We talked about we was gonna talk about this little Dirk stuff, right? We said we wasn't, but just to give an example, bro, let me tell you how ignorant we are. Um, we're so ignorant that we had to do this stuff. All right, so drill music is all about the shock value, right?
Oh
That's what
yeah.
make that music that music. Them stories.
Like
You like,
whoa.
whoa,
Yeah.
right? But if these cats was smart enough, because they was gonna get the shock value, they should have just did it like Blair Witch, made up the stuff, and don't really have to do it.
Studio gangsters, right? Ain't that what we used to call them back in our
Yeah,
day?
bro. People would have still took them stories, would have still like it still would have moved.
Hmm.
Like Drake. Drake is an actor. Wayne is an actor. Wayne talking about all he did is a blood and Paru and what he would do with this. Bro, he been famous since he was 9. When did he have time to do any of this stuff? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So drill rap, the people are people from the city. They didn't know how to play the game. We so real from the city that we ain't gonna talk about it. We gonna be about it. And that gets you caught up, bro.
Trying to find these lyrics, these crazy lyrics they be throwing out.
Bro, I'm not gonna repeat none of that stuff, bro. Talking about pull
Some
on
some
69th.
girls, some girls where
Sorry,
I'm
was a
from.
heat. Yeah, it's called True Story. I think the name of it's called True Story.
Oh, you talking about Vaughn?
Yeah, yeah. Have you listened to that song?
Yeah, yeah.
I said, well,
Well,
shit. I don't even know him, but I
okay.
know exactly what he did.
Yeah.
I know them blocks specifically.
Specifically, like, oh my God, you really? Yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
But guess what? If you would have kept it a story, like the book,
They had to say names. It
wrong,
was
man, bro.
real.
Could have
It was
used
law and
anything.
order.
Could have used anything. But yeah, bro. I just think back to my point. And I think this just to add to the point, bro. The audience, we don't require much anymore. And I think because the requirement is there because the audience used to be less saturated, but now the internet does give you an opportunity to find your audience. Going back to, I'll go back and name drop Rich Paul, the conversation we had. He said, find your audience and be who you are and don't give a F. Your audience is gonna find you. You know what I mean? And I
They'll
think
find you
that's what
eventually.
this I
That's why
think
I'm
that's
not
what
gonna
this
get on here
internet
and tap
does.
dance. I'm not gonna tap dance and do nothing different. I'm gonna stay monotone as you call me. I'm gonna stay me.
Look,
Your
bro,
tribe is out there, and my tribe is out there, and we're gonna meet in
listen,
a circle.
you may bore me, you may mess up my wet dream, you may put me to sleep,
Oh my gosh.
but there's somebody who loves you.
That's right.
There
That's
are people
absolutely
that
right.
are clicking and liking and viewing.
That's right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You found your tribe. You will find your tribe.
They
Hey,
see
if you're a
this
part of
handsome
Mike
face,
Check's
and then
tribe,
they see this other dude over here in second place, and they like, all right, yeah, that's his little sidekick.
oh,
Yeah,
second
hold on, let me
place.
switch. Let me switch. Hold on. Yeah, I
Oh,
got
you're
to
gonna swap it. You gonna
Yeah, I
swap it.
got to
Oh, you gonna
Ah,
swap it.
there
I
you
know
go.
you're gonna
There you
swap
go.
it. I know you're gonna swap it. I know you're gonna
Yeah,
swap it.
you gonna swap it back? I see you. I see your hand moving. Yeah, you gonna shut it off. You're a hater.
Oh
Yeah, I'll
gosh.
let you have it back. I'll let you have it back. I'll be Pippin tonight. I'll be Scotty.
Oh, speaking of that, bro. Hey,
Oh,
shout out to D Rose, bro.
what'd he do?
Shout out to D Rose. Hey, I
We gotta do a
remember,
D Rose. We gotta do a D Rose special. But go ahead. I'm listening.
uh, bro, just proud little poo, bro. Um, true story. Uh, I used to hoop right off of 103rd on Saturday mornings at the Park District, uh, just off 103rd. Uh,
East or west of the expressway.
east of the expressway, east of Chicago State. I cannot think of the name of the Park District.
Oh,
Eh,
Park District. Okay.
it's a park, Chicago Park District.
Mhm.
I forget the name of the gym. You know what? I'll find it. Um, and I was tearing that gym up, and I
Uh,
was the man at that gym. I was doing my thing, and I remember and this is when I was, yeah, I was on top of my hoop game, and I remember I used to be busting people's head in there. And these cats was talking about, yeah, we gonna bring in Pooh. You think you got game? We gonna bring in little Pooh. Pooh got something for you. I bring in my shorty Pooh. And this was Derek's brother. You know what I'm saying? Now Derek's brothers could hoop. I ain't gonna trip. You could hoop. So time went by, maybe a couple weeks went by, and Hey, bring this little yellow bow-legged dude here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, who is this little dude? I'm like, what up? You know what I'm saying?
Whoop, whoop.
So he's like, we
Mhm.
got next, whatever. They get on next. And when I tell you, this little dude,
Speed.
he had a different gear, bro. Now I think I'm like 7, 8 years older than him. He had to be a teenager. I was like 24, 25. You know what I'm saying? And when I tell you, quick, couldn't shoot, but had all the heart and all the moves.
Heart, handle, and hops.
And I don't think they won because our team, I play with some of the top people in the gym. But when I say respect and when I knew it was something different, it was something different. He was ready. And bro, let me say this. This is what's crazy, bro. Shorty been quiet his whole life. He
Imagine
loved
this
the
dude.
hoop.
Hold on. He just called a 6'3" dude shorty. Just let
Bro, he oh
just
hold
ponder
on.
just ponder on that for a
Hold on.
hot second.
So hold up. He not 6'3" really. He about 6'1". Truth be
No, he's
told. They
six
give him a
three.
couple inches.
Neck is 2 inches long. That's what makes him six three.
Pause.
What? I'm just
Pause.
saying. His neck 2 inches. His neck got 2 inches. Like, bro,
He about
crazy.
6'1" in real life. But
His neck is
at the
crazy.
time, no, at the time when he was probably
He's
14,
six
15.
three. I stood next to him. How about that? He's 6'3",
Oh,
and
you
he's
can
only
have it, bro.
6'3" because of that neck. I'm telling you, I don't
You
have
can
a
have
neck.
it, bro.
That's why But anyway, go ahead.
I'm not arguing, bro. I'm not judging
He
no
ain't
grown
six
man's
one.
neck.
He ain't 6'1".
I don't need to be six
Don't
one.
do that, bro. Don't.
Hey,
Sign language. Here we go.
I
Sign
bust
language.
I bust enough 6'1" heads in my day, and we know this. We know this. Thank you.
Maybe,
Anyway,
maybe not. I don't know.
he wasn't 6'3" then. He was about my height, 5'8", 5'9", five. But he was a bro. The fact is, he was a teenager, bro, and I seen that dog in him. And what's crazy about Pooh, bro, is I played with him a couple weekends, couple games. You know what I'm saying? And no verbals, bro. Just
No. Just hoop.
yeah,
Just
with
hoop.
his
Yeah.
big bros and whoever else he was hooping with, and he was hooping. He cool, but got that go. It was a different gear, bro. And you know me, I'm looking for challenges. I'm looking for small, and I have to say, bro, for me to see him get to the league and do what he did, I think he went to Kentucky,
Amazing.
right? He went to
No, he
Kentucky,
went to
right?
Memphis.
No, Memphis. I'm sorry, Memphis. I'm
Yeah.
thinking of John Wall. Yeah, he went to Memphis, bro, and just to see, like, yeah, bro. And then what's crazy was I didn't notice his mixtapes, right, until like he had to be a junior, right? And I was a little older. I'm looking back like,
Oh,
oh, he got
I
that
didn't
little
know.
later
Right, right, right.
too.
I didn't know. My bad. Yeah.
Like, look, hoping I wasn't in no tapes nowhere.
Right. No hidden cameras. Like, oh,
No cat.
yo.
Oh, they had the camera that day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, man. Listen, bro. I just want to say this, man. To be a kid and to come up in our city and we get bro. Chicago is so tough. The Midwest, that area, that pocket, basketball is a lot of our way out. And for somebody to follow their dream and to have the GOAT in your city, winning in your city, there's a sense of pride. And it made our city uber competitive.
Right.
So to find a way to navigate through that and be blessed enough to make it to school and then come home, be the youngest MVP ever, rookie of the year, and bro, you got your jersey in your city retired, bro. Salute, man. Salute.
It's so frustrating because I saw his injury coming because he depended on his legs too much. I'm thinking, we thinking about Jordan. We watched Jordan play, right? We watched Jordan develop the rocker step jumper. We watched him stop depending on jumping over everybody's head. And Pooh just wouldn't. He just wouldn't. He just kept. He just. It's just like, man, I was just holding my breath every time, and then it hit, and I'm just like, God, dog.
So let me say this, bro. I'm gonna tell you why his jersey is getting retired and why he's definitely going to the Hall of Fame. Because just as much as what he did before the injury, how he came back, the humility he showed, how he came back just simply for the love of basketball and found a different role, found a way to be productive, was
Yeah.
never an issue in the locker room, never had a problem with somebody else starting before him, found ways to fit in multiple organizations. You never heard him complain, was still as competitive as possible. Um, that's just as important, bro. Once you lose your athleticism, and me being at my age still trying to play, bro, it's humbling, you know. Especially when you've been that guy. Um, and even doing it on a professional level on the biggest stage, it takes a lot, bro. So
I wish the Bulls had kept him.
I'm no, you know what?
You think
I'm
he
with
needed a
you.
change of you need a change of
Yeah, yeah,
scenery?
yeah. Because bro, let me say this, bro. It's pressure. Like I don't think we understood, and I think if he ever get a chance to watch this podcast, bro, he understand what I'm saying, bro. I knew the pressure of playing in your own city. Can't walk down the street without being somebody feeling like you're being depended on or
The
relied upon.
savior.
and
Yeah.
and and part of you, because he was a quiet dude, he didn't like that attention, but inside he probably felt like he was letting some people down because he couldn't be what he was and what people knew him as, and the expectations for him to be that was tough. So the fact that he got around, went to New York and a couple of other organizations in Cleveland and so on and so forth, I think he needed that. I think that's where he found himself. I remember when he got scored 50 points off the
50.
bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that game, bro, and it was like, okay, he proved to himself that he can be what everybody else thought he still was. But it's a mental thing, bro. I had the same injury, bro,
80% mental. Yeah.
ACL, and it's hard, bro. I'm bro, right? I'm arthritic because of that right now. But
Hmm.
so all I say is this, bro. On the court, off the court, before the injury, and even after the injury, bro. I'm so proud of you, Pooh. Shout out, man. You represented in the way that I wish more of us would. Um, never had a bad story, never had a situation. And I appreciate everything you
They
gave to
tried.
the
They
city, bro.
tried. They tried. He
They
swatted that
tried.
down. Yeah.
We ain't on that. But yeah, bro. Just understanding that, bro. That hey, shout out to my man. And MJ said I want your jersey right next to mine. So
For
that's
sure.
got to be dope because he was a big MJ fan too, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap this thing in a bow. So let's summarize the conversation.
Oh
We were
man.
talking about rap and the evolution and where
Yeah.
it turned, where it pivoted, and where do you say the pivot happened at? You said
The
baby. You
separation
blaming baby?
between Cash Money Records, Baby Brian Williams, bro, and the dispute with Wayne, bro. It opened up a time slot that allowed the interpretation of Wayne's talent to become the new talent.
Hmm. So you saying rap went from lyricism to mumble to vibe?
Only because of what the audience accepted.
Mm. Where do you think it's headed now? It went from lyricism, mumble, vibe. Where do you think the next evolution is? Are we going back to lyricism, or where do you think the next pivot is
So I'm gonna
gonna
keep it a
be?
buck. I have no idea. I don't represent the culture. I
Well, I mean,
don't
just
know any.
just watching, just
I
watching.
don't. I
Really?
don't. Nah, bro. I don't.
Mm.
I couldn't tell you a new artist from the last 5 years. The newest artist I probably know about is, like I said, Lil Baby and Dub Baby.
I see a transition, not lyrically, but musically. I see a transition, a um embracing of older music.
Yeah,
So with that embracing of older music is going to force an evolution of lyrics. So
maybe, maybe,
right, right, maybe I can
maybe. We
see.
we don't know what the audience is gonna say, bro. You got to think about it. The people who's buying records and people who's
Well,
moving the needle are people who would pay to go to these concerts. People that because that's where the money really is. It's that's the movement. People who would pay to see these individuals, right? And we got to think about it. That buying culture is the probably teenagers, 13 to 24, right? What are they asking for? They too busy
okay,
following Kai Cenat on live stream, bro. It may never
that's
be what you think it
Ken.
is.
Ken, we had this talk earlier off screen. We need to have it on screen. We're talking about trends, clothing. New Balance, right? Things we never
Hmm.
even thought would come back in style. That wasn't even in style in our day. This is what gives me hope, is what I'm saying. My point of bringing up New Balance and all these other weird things that's popping back up, I think music has hope that it will come back around. And my musical cues or hints towards that is how they're embracing older music, which is going to force them to put their twist on it, but become more lyrical. Now, will that happen? I don't know, but I'm saying things recycle, and I
Okay.
believe that lyricism. I don't think lyricism is the next evolution. I can't call that, but I think it's gonna recycle itself.
Well, so okay,
You can't. I mean, what? I know you want to push back, but you
that's not
can't.
that's I am pushing back. I disagree.
But you can't.
I
Everything
disagree.
recycles itself.
Listen, I
You
disagree.
got
Let me tell you,
evidence.
it
We got
it
evidence of this.
doesn't. It doesn't. It will come back in a different form,
Okay.
but it doesn't. Let me explain. You're talking about a shoe, which is a style, right?
A trend. Yes, a trend. Yes.
A trend.
Hmm.
I'm not talking about the trend. I'm talking about the talent.
That's and I said earlier, the talent is a trend. It was a trend to be lyrical. You couldn't just come say anything. You had to bring
Mike,
it. That was the
Mike,
trend.
what I'm saying is the audience determines that. And because this is the thing, I
The
don't
audience don't
think,
determine nothing. But go ahead.
Mike, okay, who buys the
The
records?
artist has to go in there and make the
Who
song.
buys the records?
The
A
audience.
person don't know what's good until they find out that somebody buys it. You can sing off the porch until the cows come home, but if nobody claps, that's the whole purpose of the internet. Why do you think they got likes? Why do you think they got that? So you know what the reception is. The audience controls everything, bro. If right now, let's keep it a buck, bro. If we've
No.
been doing this, we
Yeah.
done did over 200 shows so far,
Nah.
something like that. And if we
We ain't
didn't
even
get
crossed
not
over
one
100 yet.
subscriber or one like or one comment, guess what? We gotta
We have to change up the business
capitulate
model.
to the audience.
No, we just got to wait and find our tribe.
Okay, if that
See,
tribe is
that's
small, but my point is, if that tribe is not there,
that's mathematically impossible. There's only
okay,
so many personalities in this world. There's only like seven. Like seriously, or no, it's more than seven. But just I'm just saying, there's not 8 billion personalities, bro. It's got you. Okay, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. The chicken or the egg. I
thank you,
get what you're saying. You're saying
thank you.
the crowd is the driver, but we know the government is this big, and the masses is this big, and the
Oh,
government controls the masses based on programming. So I can't
oh my
just
God,
give it
that's a
up.
whole nother conversation, bro.
I know I can't just give it up to the audience and say the audience is walking the dog.
It's
I
it's
think
all
the
the
artist is,
audience,
huh?
but I think it's all the audience. But now I do think that things could be skewed because there's no regulation on the internet or social media. So what you see may not be what it is. If somebody wants to push and make the worst thing in the world, thing that would denigrate your people and things like that, be the most popular thing, they can make it that, bro. Nobody, the
Right,
algorithm is not. You can't sue the
the
algorithm.
algorithm. Right, right, right. Yeah, because
You
that's
can
you.
say, hey, you didn't promote me like you supposed to.
Yeah. So I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Thank
I ain't
you,
gonna
bro.
fight. I ain't gonna fight that.
Goodness, bro. There's
We
no
already been.
fight in it, bro.
No,
God,
there is a fight,
dog.
but I'm just not gonna fight you on it because we've been. Bro, stop it.
This dude.
All right, y'all. We're gonna end it. We're gonna end it right there. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you click the notification bell.
Oh,
All
wait,
that way you're
wait,
notified each time that we upload. All right, go ahead, Ken.
and put a comment. I want to know what y'all think, bro. When do y'all think that hip hop changed? When
Who
do
we
y'all
asking?
think?
Old folks or the new
Ooh,
folks? See, there go
ooh.
those analytics. Who
Well,
you
we
talking
can go 30. And listen, we got
to?
1,100 subscribers, and we know what our demographic is. So we gonna ask
Gonna ask
30,
our
30 to
tribe.
45, 30 to
Right,
people
right.
30 to 45. Let us know when you felt this game changed? And also, was it for the better or for the worse?
Mm.
I just want to know. Include all your sexy red hate and slander now.
To the side. No, I'm just kidding. All right, y'all. We about to get up out of here. Appreciate you
Pieces.
joining. Peace,
Yes,
love, and
sir.
hair grease.
Two of them.